they're arguing about who loves Israel more. That was my question. And they have an issue.
Who won?
Shit Romney was, I mean, sorry, M Money.
Our money.
Our money. Was saying that they've been supporting Israel, all right? He says, Obama, my bad, says that he has more money to give Israel. Is that right?
Oh, God, yes.
What is he now, $8.2 million a day on weaponry?
Oh, yeah, we gotta hook them up. Because though they have all these nuclear weapons, and there's no way that any country could actually attack Israel and go to war without being destroyed themselves, we gotta make sure that they feel secure. Absolutely. They gotta feel like, you know, right now, they could blow up the entire Middle East with all of their nuclear arsenal, but that's not enough.
You mentioned that you want to bomb Iran as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
How could that go wrong?
Why did you want to bomb Iran?
Oh, because they say no. And we don't like that. We really don't like that.
Okay. But I have a question for you, just real quick. I know people have asked you this a lot, but how did you feel? Because obviously, you know, it's more, there's a bit of an issue with Islam in this country. How did you feel when they kept saying you were a Muslim?
What's up?
How did you feel when they kept calling you a Muslim?
Oh, I was outraged. The idea that I, a godless, capitalist, corporate stooge, gives a crap about any of your little religions, is offensive.
What about Jeremiah Wright? And you used to go to his church.
What happened to that relationship?
Yeah, what happened to your relationship with Jeremiah Wright?
You know, some people went out and said, well, Jeremiah Wright was completely right because there was no voting rights whatsoever in the 60s for blacks, and so you should be radical, and violence is acceptable in America when you have no taxation without representation. But that was cool in the 60s. When it came down to get elected, Jeremiah Wright, gone. Gone. I dumped him like a bad habit because, you know, white people are afraid of a black radical that actually demanded justice. So I am not into that. I am totally against Jeremiah Wright now, except like, you know, when people aren't looking.
I'm going to ask you a question again. I know we just spoke on this, but you guys were talking about the vote for Jerusalem being the capital of Israel.
Oh, yeah.
And I watched the video where everybody voted no.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, they voted no. But like that's if you're looking and listening to voices. If you saw their faces, you know, their voices may have said no, but their eyes said yes! Yes! Let's make sure that we have a war in the Middle East.
Even though the vote went on they had them re-vote 3 times.
Right.
And clearly the no's were loud, the nays were louder than the yeas.
You keep on going with these audible votes. I don't know if you remember 2000. There are lots of different ways of voting, all right? You were just counting the audible votes, but there were a lot of people who were very pro this, and they just had a really quiet voice. They were going, yes, yes. And you couldn't hear them because of all these loud, you know, people who are anti-Israel, you know, and it's just known fact that the anti-Israel people, they're just louder. They're louder. So the quiet majority was ignored, and, you know, Barack Obama is not going to let the quiet majority be ignored. He is not going to listen to these loud majority that you think you are. He's going to take care of the silent majority.
The silent majority, like Goldman Sachs, who has over 50 people in his government with strong ties to them.
Yeah.
I believe it's 23 of which are actually high-ranking Goldman Sachs officials.
I have another question for you, Obama. At the APAC conference earlier in the year, how did you feel driving out when there was thousands of people protesting against you speaking at the APAC conference?
Oh, God. You know, back in the...
How much did they pay you to speak?
Oh, I don't even keep count because my bank account is so off the hook at this point. I mean, I speak at a college, a couple $100,000. Is that why
Michelle has such gorgeous clothing?
Oh, indeed.
Do you get upset when they talk about the way she dresses?
Oh, when they're talking about the way she dresses, we're not talking about my stance on Israel, my votes against the people. It's actually kind of great. No, it's like keep talking about the clothing, media.
And
Thank you. Thank you, media. No, really hard-hitting reporting the way you're talking about a dress. So, love it. No, keep talking about clothing and things that are so important. and we'll ignore the issues. It's great.
Some people said you were very brave for standing up for gay rights and the right to gay marriage. When are we going to see you stand up to Israeli colonialism and Israeli apartheid?
Oh, you thought that I stood up for gay rights? Did you? Did you? I let my focus groups decide when I would jump in. When enough people were behind gay civil rights, which are, you know, I guess some people say the only moral thing to do. Well, eventually I came along for the ride. So I didn't really stand up for gay rights. I kind of ignored it.
Barack, I gotta call you there. You did not come along for the ride. You said that they should be married, but it should be left up to the states. That was brilliant, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you leave a human rights issue up to the states, it undermines the idea that it's a human rights issue.